Hello guys, Tops here. Today I want to talk about how to fight lindworms, and I must say I am not an expert on lindworms. I don't have a decent answer to lindworms. Lindworms are probably the strongest single entities in the game. They do a shit ton of damage. They're really scary opponents. They have 1100 hit points, and they do so much damage. And the general strategy is to tank them down with like Indom and shield tanks, and then just stay away from them with pikes and try to stay out of their reach and kill them from far. Yeah, this is the general, like all the stuff that they have. So basically, lindworms, they have a head and they have a tail, and they move independently from each other, but they share the same hit points and the same armor. So if you hit the lindworm's tail, the head will take damage as well. They do acid blood, so that does 10% of your armor. If you hit them directly adjacent and melee, the acid blood will reduce 10% of your armor, of your current armor. So Lindwurm light armor is better in these fights than Battleforge heavy armor. The super heavy attack, the head has a super heavy attack, but no zone of control. So you can walk past the head. It's immune to a bunch of stuff. The attacks, the head attack has a range of 2 tiles. And I think the tail slam has also like hits the target and the entity behind it. So it's kind of like a stab attack. The tail has 3 different attacks, 75 melee skill, and an AoE attack. And 2 AoE attacks, kind of like round swing, a split, and then a sweep. Right. So too long, did not read. As long as you stay away from the lindworm, like 3 tiles away from the lindworm, they can't touch you. And there is a trick that you can do that works fairly well with them, is you give them goblin pikes. And goblin pikes basically give you polar mastery without having polar mastery, because it costs only 5 action points to use the attack. On a normal one, it's 6 action points. And with the 5 action points, you can actually walk 2 tiles with Pathfinder. If you have Pathfinder, you can walk 2 tiles. So I can walk 1 tile into 2 tiles adjacent, as attack, and walk 1 tile back. And the good thing is they don't do a lot of damage, but they have additional hit chance, and they will cause bleeding. And that means additional 10 points of bleeding. Lindworms are resilient, but the bleeding does damage over time. So this is a fairly safe way of doing damage to them with the pikes to poke them. And as long as your tanks are holding them down. And I think, like, honestly, like, lindworms are so dangerous. You easily can lose a brother. You need a really good tank, and ideally you tank 2 or 3 of them down with like your really good tank, and then you focus 1 of them down with like your pikes and stuff. Overwhelm is really good with them. We have 2 overwhelm tanks right here, and another. This is my banner. It's just an Indom tank. Not really good, not really high defense. And because of the attacks, they are checking with melee attack. They have like 70 skill, the lindworms. So melee defense is really good in this fight. So shield wall is a lot of the time better than Indom, because the lindworms, they don't try to stun you or to throw you around like Unholz. They just attack you. So having high melee defense or the additional defense from like a shield wall is more worth than Indom. Although I must say, if they hit you, they do so much damage. You're gonna catch an injury. So we will try to fight lindworms. These are 4. The strategy I told you works versus lower number of lindworms pretty well. So like ideally 4 is already questionable. Like ideally you only fight 3 or less. As soon as you get to like more lindworms, it gets really sketchy. And what I will try to do here is to to tank down multiple Lindwurms initially, and I really want to tank down the tails, so they start to attack the tank. I think we just go back a little bit and try to get the aggro on the tanks. This is a shield wall tank with overwhelm. Gonna leave him there, it's maybe a bad idea. Let's see, probably a bad idea. Also whips, like, he's a weaker tank, I'm gonna put him there. Also I have whips. Whips cause bleeding on naked flesh, and the good thing about whip is they have 3 tile attack range, so you can completely stay away from the Lindwurms when your pikemen and your pole arm guys destroy the 200 armor, I think. Yeah, 200 head and body armor. And so the whip can stay 3 tiles away and cause the direct HP damage and bleed. Alright, so let's see. Let's let the Lindwurms move and see what happens. Okay, so one Lindwurm walked onto this tank. Oh my god. He got hit like this? Uh-oh. See, he didn't had his indom or his shield wall up, and he accidentally got hit. Chance 18%, rolled 14. So with shield wall, they're only on 4% hitting him. This is a Giga tank, by the way, with Lindwurm, with Lone Wolf, and you can see even this Giga tank got hit. And this is actually a pretty good scenario where like my Giga tank is holding down 3 Lindwurms, so I can focus down this guy. And what we're gonna try to do is to set ourselves up and try to stay away from the head for now. Because what we can do is walk 1 tile, attack, go 1 back. And that's kind of like what I want to set up for now. Just need to be really careful that these guys don't move. And I think I can put them here. I'm just gonna shield wall. It's actually bad because this is my weaker tank here. And I think this might be stupid, but I'm going in and use an overwhelm on him. It's my overwhelm guy. Attack, walk back. He will stay right here, just in case this guy decides to move. This is my polearm mastery guy. Pretty nice. With this strategy, if you do this, where you just walk, attack, walk back, it is nice to use mushrooms for additional damage. As you can see, we inflicted bleeding. Overwhelm. Yeah, proc the moral check. Just gonna chill here. Tank is tanking, thank God. It's unfortunately that he got hit in the first place. But you can see, Giga tank with Famed Forge armor, first hit injury. Now we're gonna whip the shit out of him. And you... yeah, might need to do something about him. Yeah, he's resilient, so he loses the bleeding stacks fast. But as you guys can see, that's a fairly safe way of holding those guys down. Need to be really careful, always watch your fatigue, never put these guys in 2 tiles range. Yeah, but this guy is kind of dying. Like, I think if we're lucky, 1 additional turn and he's done. Okay, he got stunned now, that's bad. Means we need to kill him this turn. As you can see, now we are losing things from the acid blood. That's a dead Lindwurm right there. Okay, that's good. Okay, now really careful. Because they can move. They might try to move away from the tank, so really careful. Never stay within 2 tiles. Okay. Never stay within 2 tiles. Let's try to set the boys up. He could stay right here. Problem is my tank is bleeding, so I need to get him out of there at some point. We are a little bit under time constraint. I will wait with these guys. Okay, but again, same concept. Walking once, hitting. Getting back 1 tile. Always watch your fatigue. I really don't want to put him there, but I might need to. Oh my god, my tank got hit again. Now he has a second injury. Okay, so looks like we're out of luck here. Okay, now we need to get in and try to overwhelm these guys. Try to kill them fast. Need to get my tank out. It's nice to have a smoke bomb here. Fucked up my positioning there. Okay, thank god that he dodged. More overwhelm. AoE gun can work with overwhelm if you have it. Can just put him there. Maybe I can get him out with rotation or something. Ah fuck, I don't have rotation on him. Oopsies. Yeah, that is kind of like the idea behind this. Yeah, just 1 hit. Oh, we're kind of fucked already. Yeah, overwhelm, overwhelm. Overwhelm, overwhelm, overwhelm. Luckily we procced a moral check here. Actually, he could try to get the tank out. I will try to do that soon. With the rotation skill. Okay, this is working quite nicely so far. Oh, it's actually fleeing now. Got lucky there. Lindwurm, shield wall. Oh my god, neither. There goes my god tank. And his dog. Just got killed like that. But also, we have killed the second Lindwurm. And there you guys can see how dangerous Lindwurms are. I just wanted to show you the concept, guys. I kind of do this on the fly. If you really prepare for this and if you practice this strategy, I think you can make that work. The general idea. Well, as you guys can see, like the damage is just insane. Nimble does better in this fight than Battleforge because of the armor, high direct damage and armor damage. Like Nimble tends to do better. Something like Sword Lances can reap. Overwhelm Sword Lance is really nice. As you can see, like the Nimble guy is getting significantly less damage from the Lindwurms than my Forge guys. Yeah. Thank god he dodged that. Ideally you don't lose your tank there. Well, that kind of gets to show you how dangerous Lindwurms are. Even your god bros can die to them with relative ease. Okay, Lindwurm is now retreating to high ground. Maybe he's running. Let's see what he does. Lindwurm, he's probably just waiting, trying to attack these guys. Yeah, went on the tank, interestingly enough. Yeah, now it's his job of tanking them with shield wall. We don't have shield wall. We have broken arms and legs. Yeah. So very dangerous opponents, but I think this strategy is decent. Having goblin pikes, like goblin pikes are fairly easy to acquire from goblin fights. Most of the guys will have them already in the inventory. Trying to kill this Lindwurm. The damage is fast enough. The biggest problem is the tank problem. Like having a tank who can reliably shield wall indom tank these guys for long enough is rare. Also bone platings, really good if you can have, like, because bone platings, like, you don't get hit a lot, but when you get hit it hurts really badly. And a bone plating would have actually saved my tank in this fight. And here in this fight he just died. We got multiple injuries. Yeah. But also we got the scales for the Lindwurm attachment. We got the bones, got some treasures. We got this from a contract from a nearby city. So now they don't have ambush trade roads anymore, and we got the gold. Alright guys, this is my video on how to fight Lindwurms. Again, good tanks, bone plating, overwhelm, goblin pikes, whips, and then practice with that strategy, define the strategy. I know there is a strategy where you basically have a naked archer running around kiting the Lindwurms while your team is focusing down one Lindwurm. This might also work, but again, fighting Lindwurms, the most dangerous opponents in the game, takes a lot of practice, and I would encourage you to practice. These are just kind of like my thoughts and ideas how to beat them. I hope this was kind of helpful for you guys. Maybe it gave you new ideas how to beat them. If there are more like 4 or 5 Lindwurms, like, you can try to put them into a big camp that helps you killing them, like a big orc camp, a big barbarian camp, nomad camps. You can, what works a lot is the conscript, the southern armies. They're really good at killing those because they have overwhelm and they have fearsome. So debuffing the Lindwurms, like overwhelm, fearsome, can work fairly well. They have insane resolve, but just reducing, you basically rolling on the 5% with the fearsome, and you hit them a lot. So at some point they, as you can see, even without fearsome, they drop to fleeing, the Lindwurm. So might help you in these fights. Although I don't think fearsome helps you. Just thinking about it, fearsome doesn't help you at all, because like the Lindwurms have like 180 resolve or something. So even with fearsome, you don't get them to moral break. So yeah. Again, okay, this was, I'm rambling again. This was my guide how to fight Lindwurms. Again, not an expert. You probably have good ideas by yourselves. I want to see them in the comments so we all can learn how to fight Lindwurms better. Alright guys, I stream daily on Twitch and YouTube, so if you want to see me do these fight lives, you can watch me there, catch me there. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.